All right, what is going on, everybody? We are live here in the After Review Studios. I am your host, Pete. A fantastic and fun Sunday night finish to wrap up a Week 17 where we now have a ton of playoff implications underway. Lots of good stuff to get to here. We're going to break it all down, but let's start with this game here tonight. I don't care, Brock Purdy talking over here. Great game by Brock Purdy. Yeah, let's start with our young Broccoli Purdy here. A phenomenal game, 24-33, 3 touchdowns. Did throw a pick six on the first play of the game. Unfortunate bounce, I guess, overall. But you know what? It's okay. It happens. The Bears do love the bounces over there. Drape, what's up? No, we got the vertical stream. We got both up if you need it. Zim, what's up? Nail Polish Boy, shout out to Nail Polish Boy. Caleb, really strong tonight. Did still have his moments where he missed a couple of wide open throws. Think about the throw he had to the check down to Monangai. They had to settle for the field goal before the last drive of the game. But 2 touchdowns, 330, did a whole lot in the backfield. Only ran 5 times for 18 yards, but tons of playmaking ability all over the place. DeAndre Swift with 2 meaningless touchdowns to sink me in fantasy because that is what life is. CMC, 23 carries, $140. Add another 4 for 41 in the passing game. A touchdown for him as well. He was dying. He was exhausted by the end of this game. He was really struggling. Purdy, 2 rushing touchdowns to pair with his 3 touchdowns. So 5 tutties for Brock Purdy. For him getting it done in fantasy championships. He was excellent in the pocket, moving around all over the place. The rookies for Chicago, Luther Burden, $138, your leading receiver, and a tutty. Did drop one on 3rd down late in this game. Colson Loveland, 94 and a tutty, did drop one as well, but both had some pretty big, nice catches before that. So it all equals out. DJ Moore, trash, yes. Winning by 7s. I have Puka left to play. He has Bijan in London. Am I cooked? No, but you're not in great shape. They're not in great shape there. Not ideal. Drape went crazy. What, in fantasy or in real life? Ricky Pearsall, your leading receiver for Frisco. 3rd place. Nice. 85. No touch. Jake Challenges got in the end zone. He had 7 for 60. I don't know how the 49ers just do this. They keep doing it. They keep putting together these wins. Their defense is terrible. The Niners defense is not good enough to win a Super Bowl, I don't think. I think that's going to ultimately be their downfall. Not the, just don't have the bodies anymore to get stops. I mean, 38 to Chicago easily could have been 45 in the game winner. They do ultimately get the final stop on the last play of the game. But I think Ben Johnson got a little lackadaisical with the clock and a little cute with the play call. Ran the hook and ladder. The Niners were there, tackled him inbounds. So, you know, it is what it is. Overall, really nice win for the 49ers, and that sets up a showdown next weekend. Showdown to face the San Francisco 49ers for the 1 seed. Sorry, I'm listening. They're talking about the end of the game. I'm trying to see. The schedule's about to drop for next weekend. We're going to see what it looks like. Stacy celebrating the Eagles. Can't believe the Eagles won that game. The Eagles are trash. They had 17 yards in the second half. Unbelievable. Sunk me in fantasy. Saquon and A.J. Brown, bums. Caleb Williams' fingernail polish did not help tonight. I mean, Caleb was really fucking good tonight. 332 touchdowns. Made a ton of plays. Picked up Burden because DJ was questionable. Kept DJ as a starter and Burden on the bench. Rip. Pat's guy, hello. Ghost Hunter, what's up? Zay, what's up? So we got everything to play for. Zay, celebrate. The Steelers fall to the Browns. Pats were cooking today. I mean, they were playing the Jets. Mason, hello. Everybody hit the like button if you haven't already. Get us out into the algorithm. So yeah, 49ers take down the Bears. 1 seed set up for next weekend against the Seattle Seahawks as well. Okay, let's go to scores. Here we go. All right, let's do Steelers Browns. This game was the upset of the day. All these Pittsburgh Steelers had to do was beat the Cleveland Browns and they would be your AFC North champions. Next week would mean nothing. They're locked in as the 4 seed regardless. So all they had to do was show up today in Cleveland, and they did not whatsoever. Steelers going to the Super Bowl. I don't think so anymore. They may not even be going to the playoffs. Steelers absolutely embarrassing. Kind of agree. Bear, let's go Pats, Cappy man. Breece Hall kind of went crazy in garbage time. Breece Hall went crazy in Garbo time. A cut Kittle for Loveland, good move. Mango, screw the Bears. Hard to believe football season is almost over. Yes, the regular season is over. Last 2025 game. Yup, true. Got one game in 2026. Hello from Senegal. Okay, Musin. Thanks, DK. They ain't have DK. Mango, appreciate the sub. Welcome, welcome. All right, they still don't have the schedule. So Rodgers, not good today. 21-39, $168 was not comfortable. They were clearly missing DK Metcalf. Who would have thought? DK Metcalf being an idiot, getting suspended, would hurt this team. They had no receiving guys whatsoever. I mean, we're throwing Scotty Miller as our leading receiver. Pat Freiermuth has 3 for 63 because he had a 30-yarder over there, but no Adam Thielen. You got MVS. This offense is just not good without a DK Metcalf. They did a pretty good job stopping the run, relatively speaking. They did have 5.5 a carry, but only a $131. Only 12 for 64 for Warren, 7 for 26 for Gainwell. No big, long home run ones. Connor Hayward had 2 for 26. Tush push guy over here. Just not good enough. Just not good enough whatsoever from Pittsburgh. Defense was fine. They made life miserable for Cleveland. Shaduki was terrible. 186, a touchdown, 2 picks. Should have had a 3rd pick dropped. Did take 2 sacks. Only lost 2 yards, so not really there. And they couldn't run the ball at all. Dylan Sampson, 11 for 27, 8 for 21 with Raheem Sanders. Raheem Sanders runs angry, though. Like, my man runs angry. Jerry Jeudy, 5 for 54. That's nice, I guess. Cedric Tillman with the one big one. Harold Fano had the great touchdown. The ball was thrown so bad by Sanders that the entire defense overran the ball, and Fano made a great adjustment to go make the touchdown catch. So that was fun, but Browns win. Myles Garrett doesn't get the sack. The Steelers were more focused, as Myles said, on him not getting the sack than them winning the football game. Ravens and Steelers got the night game over the 49ers and Seahawks on Saturday. Okay, that checks out. Who's the Sunday night game? Browns winning the Super Bowl next year. Keep this receipt. I will keep it because I will never believe it. They don't have a quarterback or a head coach currently or a wide receiver. Packers could be so much better. They could be, but they're not because they're not a very good team. They made a trade for Micah Parsons and he got hurt. Their defense isn't very good. And their offense is super mediocre too. Ravens should dog walk them, which means that'll be a close game, obviously. If nobody had any injuries, the Packers would be nowhere close to the best team. Brown team, tell me about it, Mango. Oh, Bears going to off game. Didn't Fana get hurt on the play too? He did. He hurt his back or ribs or something. Just saw the Saturday games. Okay, let's see if the schedule's even out yet. Let's see if they have the schedule for next week. Please, ESPN. They do. Okay, Seattle, San Francisco, Saturday night. So your 1 seed will be Saturday night. So San Fran getting a little hose there. Carolina, Tampa, the Saturday afternoon game. So that means Pittsburgh, Baltimore is going to be your Sunday night game. It says NBC Peacock. So Pittsburgh, Baltimore, your Sunday night game. Nobody meaningful playing in the noon games. There's only 3 games with 3 playoff implications. So there's our schedule. 2 playoff game, a true playoff game, a 1 seed game, and then we wrap it up with the playoff game. You mean you couldn't stick Sam Darnold on the Sunday night game on the road again for the 1 seed? Tragic. Shaduki already throwing hospital balls. See. Greetings from Russia. Who knew Russia still had internet? Why, not saying that chicken. Should the Packers stick with Jordan next year, or should they go with Malik based off the game against the Ravens? They can't pay Malik Willis to keep him. Malik Willis is going to get paid, so they can't keep him. Cowboys are out. Who still cares about football? Well, no, the Cowboys have been out for 2 months. Hudson, Jesus loves you. Appreciate that. All right. Let's look at the scores. Okay, I don't need this anymore since we know the schedule. Oh, we got the demon lights. It's demon time over there. Okay, so Browns suck. Titans Saints. This was a fun game. Everyone outside of Dallas is happy. Luther Burden, next sun god for Ben Johnson. So good. He is fast. I just don't think he has the physicality to run routes like Amon-Ra. Just kind of two different receiver builds. Very different receiver builds. Luther Burden's much more of a Jameson Williams build. Cowgirls suck. The Cowboys sold. If the Cowboys had just beat the Packers, if the Cowboys clock operator literally ran that 1 second off, the Vikings-Packers game would be a playoff game next week. Hold on. And be careful, guys. There's super flu going around. Okay. Saints and the Titans. This game was kind of all Tennessee early. It was 20-10 at halftime. It looked like Tennessee was going to blow them out. Tyler Shuck started off really slow, but then he started shucking it around. 333, 2 tuds. Audric Estime had 94 and a touchdown. Who's playing Audric Estime in the flex over here to win a fantasy title? Some deep 20-team league over here. Over there. Chris Olave, 119 and a touchdown. Chase Young also had a touchdown, I believe. Did Chase Young have a touchdown? Yes, Chase Young had a strip sack touchdown today. So, good day for the Saints. Saints finished with another win. They're 6-10. They could get to 7-10, which is a great season where the Saints were. I mean, the Saints were what? 0-4 and 1-8. They were 1-8, 2-8, 2-9, 2-10. They've won 4 in a row. Looking to go 5 in a row to close out the season. Pretty good stuff. Tennessee, Cam Ward was kind of hit or miss today. 21-40, 2 touchdowns. Did have the 2 passes for the 4th straight game. I think that's the tied for the longest streak in Titans history or rookie quarterback history. I have to double check that stat. Tony Pollard did not get his 100 yards, but he did get over 1,000 yards. Him and Derrick Henry, the longest active streaks of 1,000 yards in the NFL, 4+ for Tony Pollard now. Kamari DK set the rookie record for most all-purpose yards this year. He had 55. Chigakonkwo had a 43-yard touchdown. You know, kind of a disappointing year for the Titans. They are 3-13. They're going to have a good draft pick. Cam Ward needs help on the offense. The offensive line is terrible. What is he at? Like 50,000 sacks now? Like, ridiculous for them. Let's see. I was down on my Ravens, now back up. You think they put LB in motion like every pass route? Just like he's a totally different receiver. He's a little speed slot guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a big physical route runner. Nice to see Olave have a nice season when the hospital ball car retired. Vikings Q. The Vikings are the ahead of we're literally in 8th right now. The stupid tie is keeping us out of the playoffs because we're going to beat Green Bay next week. New Orleans versus Tennessee. What an exciting game. True. I love big women. How big, men? AFC East champs. Go Pats. Yes, they are the Pet champs. Well, I mean, we think we knew that. I didn't think they were going to lose to the Jets or the Dolphins down the stretch. Tyler Shuck is that dude. Tyler Shuck looks like he's going to be a franchise quarterback. They haven't been shucking around. Kellen Moore is only going to get better. Yes. They need a run game, too. They have no running game. He's not Drake May, but he's the best QB they've had since Breeze. True. We beat y'all ass. Who were you talking, Mason? You talking the same? Biggest Vikings fan. I'm a Vikings fan, too. I'm sorry about that. None of my wide receivers helped me, and I'm still winning. I benched my best wide receiver this week. Oh, Jesus. Then again, not many are. Drake May. All right, Mason, stop spamming. We the Saints, you're still 6-10. Calm down. Green and gold. Stupid clock management. All right, Colts Jags, the Phillip Rivers final game. He is done. He will not be starting next week. This is it. So I'm assuming it's Riley Leonard next week. Maybe it's Anthony Richardson, broken face boy. 23-17. Trevor Lawrence, pretty strong day. Ugly Jags win. Did throw a pick. 263. Had his 2 rushing touchdowns. I forgot about the second one. ETN did not really do much. Colts did a good job defensively, I think, against the Jaguars. But the Jags now win next week. They are your AFC South champions. I think they have an outside shot for the 1 seed in the AFC. They would need a Broncos and a Patriots loss. So probably done there. could be the 3 seed. Parker Washington, another 100-yard game. Brent Strange doing good things. BTJ starting to be productive. Jacoby Myers still making plays. So the Jags are dangerous. Defensively, they were okay overall. I don't think they were great today, but they didn't have to be. Phillip did get another touchdown to throw a pick. JT 70 and a touchdown over there. Tyler Warren, your leading receiver, but only 43 yards. Pretty disaster season for the Colts. They were 8-2. They are now 8-8. They've lost 6 in a row. Probably will lose 7 in a row. They got to play the Texans next week. Texans need to win that game to stay relevant, competitive for the seed. Gritty, appreciate the sub. Welcome. So there. Yeah, guys, hit the like button if you haven't already. Sub to the channel if you're new here. We got daily sports content. And if you want a shout out and you're new and you subbed, I would gladly shout you out. Zay speaking gibberish. I figured it out. Drake May had a top tier game. He did. He threw 5 touchdowns today. Can't believe they let Grandpa Rivers down. I mean, I think we knew it was going to be. I think we knew it was going to be a letdown. Indiana had the biggest fall off ever. Yup. That's what happens when your quarterback dies. And the guy you traded 2 first-round picks for falls apart too. And he doesn't impact you like you thought he'd be. Why you be looking so ticklish? Only for you. And the Texans have the biggest lock-in. Parker Washington has been T-Law's wide receiver 1 the whole time, apparently. I feel like it, but Jacoby Myers has kind of opened up. Jacoby Myers opened up the offense. LeBron, sup? Let's see. Oh, what did you delete? Oh, yep, you deleted those 2 numbers. Well, nah, the Bucks had the biggest fall off ever. Big. That is true. Mango, have a good night. Let's talk about the Buccaneers. This is a disaster, yet still. The Buccaneers win. They win the division. Oh, actually, that's not true. They need the Falcons to lose to the Rams tomorrow night or to the Saints next week. So probably winning you're in. Baker Mayfield threw for 346, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks, bad interceptions. The offense is disjointed. They couldn't run the ball at all against Miami, which is crazy. Miami's run defense got a little bit better, but they're still not good. Quinn Ewers, I thought was pretty sharp. 172, 2 touchdowns. Much better than last week, which we expected. Devon A-Chain didn't get the touchdown, but did have 83 yards on the ground, plus another 29. So over 100 yards total for A-Chain. Who is Theo Weiss? Theo Weiss had the 163-yard touchdown to start this game, or to tie the game. The Bucks were up 7-0. Then he hits the 1 catch for 63 yards and a touchdown, ties the game. Crazy. Like, what's going on here? Jalen McMillan, 114, no touchdowns. Chris Godwin, 108 in the touchdowns. The Emeka Ibuka fall off needs to be studied. Like, he hit the rookie wall like nobody's business. Unbelievable, man. But I think you got to fire Todd Bowles. Even if they win tomorrow or Saturday, they win the division, you got to fire Todd Bowles. He's just bad coach. Bang, bang, Niner gang. The Bay's still to go. Well, they got to win next weekend. And I don't know how much they're going to have left in the tank for that Seahawks team coming to town on Saturday. I don't know how they're going to stop Seattle. Seattle's defense is good enough to stop the Niners a little bit. I don't think the Niners defense can stop Seattle, even though Sam Darnold does do Sam Darnold things, but they don't rush the passer. Sam Darnold is very good if he does not get under duress. The Kings need a new quarterback. JJ is a wash. He'll be a great coach someday. What? McCarthy's been really good his last 3 games he's played. I saw a stat with the current Bills front office and coaching staff never won a road playoff game. That checks out, Zay. I'm sure that's true. It's a winning in for Bucks and Panthers. I do think they need a Falcon. The Buccaneers do technically need a Falcons loss, I thought. So if the Falcons let's go back. Let's go NFL playoff machine. NFL playoff machine. Here we go. So say the Falcons beat the Rams tomorrow and the Buccaneers win. And then the Falcons beat the Saints. See, the Panthers are in. The Panthers are in at 8-9, even with the Buccaneers win. If the Falcons win out, it's a 3-way tie, and the Panthers win the 3-way tie. So they need the Falcons to lose a game. So let's see what we're looking at here. Just based off of guesswork. So if the Falcons do win out, we're looking at that. But if we get the Rams win, we get the Buccaneers in. We're looking at probably whoever, obviously Seattle Frisco is going to be the 1 seed. That's set in stone now. Whoever wins that game is the 1 seed. So the Rams are eliminated. The Rams can't move, I don't think. I guess they can. The Rams can move if they lose. The Rams are either the 5th and the 6th seed. I think the Rams are going to rest. The Rams rest next week like they did last year. They don't give a shit. You don't think they care about going to Philly or going to Tampa? I would want to go to Tampa or Carolina. Even though they lost to Carolina already, that feels like a free game. Buffalo's probably going to Jacksonville. Unless the Chargers upset the Broncos, then the Patriots are the 1 seed. And then the Broncos are hosting the Chargers again. Probably looking at a Baltimore-Houston matchup in the first round. That's pretty much locked. Or it could be Steelers. It could be Steelers-Texans. As long as the Texans win, and everybody wants the 5 seed. You want to play the AFC South winner or AFC North winner. So there's a little playoff implications for us, boys. My guy Theo Wees. They have Josh Allen. What do you expect? True. The Vikings can fix Quinn Ewers. What do you think about Tyler Shuck's performance versus the Titans? I think Tyler Shuck's been very good, Gio. I think Tyler Shuck's going to get a chance to be the starting quarterback next year. Potentially a franchise guy. Former Sooner and Mizzou Tiger. Glad to see him show up. Wow, that's crazy. We need to fire. Hold on. It just skipped. We need to fire Todd Bowles. I agree, LeBron. Get me some alcohol. What a tough loss. Well, BG, it is, but it really didn't mean anything in the grand scheme of things. They weren't getting the 1 seed anyway. It is what it is. It's fine. Defense is bad. We knew the defense is bad. Luther Burden was carted off. That's brutal. Keyword, last 3 games, injury prone. We only missed 1. He's going to play this week. That is crazy. GVZ, what's up? Never forget that guy that killed Luther Burden's draft stock currently is the starting quarterback for the Jets, Brady Cook. The Bills should have won that. I agree, Flame. I agree. I think the Bills should have won that game. The blocked extra point. They kick an extra point to win the game, and then they go for 2. I like going for 2 there. The tie didn't do the Bills anything. They had to win the game. So why not? Why not do it? You know, Justin Herbert actually sued your dad. Why? The Bills should not have won. They definitely should have won. The Eagles had 17 yards of offense in the second half. The tie didn't help Taco Snake. They needed to win. The Patriots would have won the division. Glad the Bills lost. Well, yeah, you won the division. Tyrod is done for the year. I thought the Pats are already the 1 seed with the Buffalo. No, they won the division. The Broncos are still the 1 seed. Broncos control their destiny. Yeah, what did he do? Want Bills-Rams Super Bowl 24-21. Well, it's going to be tough with both teams having to go on the road now. Did Luther actually get carted off? That's what they said. I saw he got hurt. Yeah, me too. I have a feeling the 49ers will somehow beat the Seahawks. I hope so, Daniel. I think the 49ers beat the Seahawks and then get Fred Warner back for the NFC Championship game. That is a super scary team. Did get hurt in the last play. Hopefully the Bears can end Green Bay's season. Green Bay already in the playoffs. It doesn't matter. And they may play them in the first round. They may not. No, they're not because the Eagles are the 2 seed, right? Oh, no. They aren't? Okay. Even with the loss? Okay. Yeah, they'll get the Packers then. I don't know if I don't want the Packers. The Packers have dominated. Like, you needed a miracle fourth quarter comeback. The Packers have been in both those games. You don't ever want to play. Rule 1 in the playoffs, guys. You don't ever want to play a team in your division. Ever. Rule 1. You don't ever want to play a division team, especially in the first round. Let's see. Why would they go for 2? The Bills should cut Michael Badgley. I agree. He's also their 3rd kicker because Prater got hurt or something. Why would they go for 2? Both teams get a possession in overtime. You know, yes, but the tie doesn't help. They needed the win. Burden career game ends in tragedy. I don't know about tragedy. Eagles will go back-to-back. I don't think so. Not after what I saw today. Should have kicked the PAT. I like going for 2 there. The Eagles were gassed. He was open. They had a wide open throw. Allen made a bad throw. Ertz looks like he sucks till he gets into the playoffs, and he still sucks in the playoffs. He's won 2 playoff games throwing for over 150 passing yards. It would be absolutely chaotic if the Niners snuck into the 1 seed. It would be chaotic. Have a good night, LeBron. Hey, go Seahawks, though. There's the Seahawks lover. Like, nobody was even considering them for a while to get the 1 seed. I know, because they're so injured. They just keep winning games, man. They just keep winning games. To be fair, the Rams did have the Seahawks beat on Thursday night, and that would have ended the Niners' chances of the 1 seed. Vikings fan, unfortunately. Dude, everyone thought the Niners were cooked this season, and they're actually cooking. I don't know about their cooking, but they're winning. Seahawks and Broncos for the Super Bowl again. I do. Neither of those quarterbacks speak any sort of inspiration to win multiple playoff games. Yeah, he's been hurt for like 2 weeks. Prater. Allen and Caleb had bad throws. Well, I mean, Caleb was running for his life. Allen made a bad throw right there to not get that 2-point conversion. Defense wins Super Bowls. You also need good quarterbacks. And the Eagles had so many holding misses. Always with the holdings. Always. The 49ers had hands down the most injuries on a team. I think it's fair. Everyone thought they'd be cooked. Yeah, they're like dead. Their defense is dead. Product of an easy schedule since everyone wants to give the Pats shit for theirs, except their schedule was harder than the Patriots, and they are far more hurt than the Patriots. The Seahawks and Rams are better than any team the Patriots played this year, flat out, and they played them twice, and they're playing them twice. So we'll just start there. As an Eagles fans, we gonna go back-to-back bowls, swear? Yeah, not likely. The offense was so terrible today. If the Bills defense shuts you down, you're in real fucking trouble. It would be the most fitting ending to a season where we thought we knew which teams were the best about 1,000,000 times, and we immediately proven wrong. A lot. True. 49ers hosting the Super Bowl. Bill not cooked tonight. Let's see. The one Jets touchdown cashed my lay today, so I was happy. 100 on Diggs, Hall, Chase. There you go. The Niners also beat the Rams. They did. They split with the Rams. Appreciate that, Daniel. Heck of an underrated streamer. Gotta go. Have a good night. Donald ain't stuff. Bo Nix is sophomore with no playoff experience. Well, he did play the one game. Seahawks and Broncos Super Bowl is unlikely. I agree. That's my out. Experienced QBs will school the rookies. I agree. Bills lose. Okay, Drake May. Great game, though. Drake May made a real strong MVP push right now. I would bet Drake May is your MVP favorite. Let's look at MVP odds. Here we go on FanDuel. Hashtag not sponsored. Sponsor me, FanDuel. Sponsor me. Nope, Stafford's still holding strong at -200. And that's as of 9:30 tonight. So Drake May kind of lost a little juice there. A little surprised. Drake May had a great game today. But 5 tutties for our guy, Drake May. Really sharp. Didn't play in the second half, really. I don't blame them. Get off the Jets turf. Like, get out of MetLife over there. Brady Cook sucks. He's not going to be a guy. Breece Hall, again, Garbo, good day. 100 yards, touchdown, got over 1,000 yards. First guy since Chris Ivory to rush for 1,000 yards. Travion runs for 82, no tuds. Ramondre gets the tuds over there. Diggs with 101 and a touchdown to sink me in fantasy. Henry with 49 and a touchdown to also sink me in fantasy. I got destroyed today. It's bullshit. Let's see. Playoff experience doesn't matter, man. Can your team fight till the final whistle? Paper waves. Literally we've been over this. The 2000 Ravens are the only teams not to make the playoffs in the previous 2 seasons to go on and win a Super Bowl. That's the last team to do it. Nobody does it. You need experience. Broncos will 1,000% get bounced in the first round. Well, they're going to have a bye, so it'll be the second round. Haha. Pats go far, I think. Patriots winning the Super Bowl, not likely. The Patriots defense is not very good, guys. Pats, Eagles, Super Bowl. Yo, what's good? Browns fan, what's up? Nice meaningless win today, but you made the Steelers' lives miserable. Truly think the 49ers are a dark horse Super Bowl team, man, especially if they get the 1 seed. Yep, they'll play at home all the way to the Super Bowl. Plus, they get Fred Warner back for the NFC Championship game, so they only have to win 1 game. Their defense is atrocious. The Niners' defense is atrocious. Browns fan, do you think you could gritty for an edit? Super chat $1,000 and I will gritty. You're sponsored? I'm not sponsored. I said hashtag not sponsored. By Dual fan. By Dual fan, yeah. If you never played at the final stage, how you making the Super Bowl? Look at the division rivals playing the wild card, lost last year. Let's see. What was the 24 playoffs? Were there even... Who were the division games last year? I don't even know who the division games were last year. Ravens Steelers. There you go. There's your one. That was the only division game that year. Not really an upset. So it was only the one. Okay, yeah, nothing more from this game. Patriots took care of business. As expected. Wasn't really surprised by that. I believed in them. We got nothing to do with FanDuel, but you get a fan that has a fan attached to it. Dual fan. Uh-oh, we're skipping. Drake motherfucking May. Matthews still play. Yep. Am I ever going to watch my Colts get to the playoffs again? Yes, Dalton, just not this year. 0-1 Patriots, not true. Their quarterback was literally Drew Bledsoe before that. The team was literally just in the Super Bowl. Bills team sick. Yep. Bunch of Stafford Glazers on there. Let's see what he does without a generational wide receiver like Johnson or Puka or Adams. May should be the front runner. I mean, May's also played Garbo teams. I mean, Stafford just dropped 5 bills against, what did he throw for 457 against the Seahawks last Thursday? That's pretty good. I'm not on the Pats hype on Super Bowl team. Well, I would hope not, Zay. You should be on the Ravens hype. Allen should be the front runner of the year. Allen's done a lot. Stafford absolutely suffered on those Lions team. He deserves all the flowers. He won literally the moment he left Detroit. True. Let's go. How to find a football stream. Thank the Lord. Yes, sure. Coach Mikey Ditka. Dubbers. Tough loss tonight, I'm assuming. Lions sucked. That Christmas loss was embarrassing. You lost to QB3 bum-ass Max Brosmer. He's a CFL bum. Should be playing in the XFL. Yeah, Max Brosmer is trash. Good to have Coach Mikey Ditka. Nice. Sits in. What's up? Yo, you got smoked gambling today? Tough. Today was a weird day. Shedeur Sanders is a beast. I'll glaze him forever. He was pretty bad today. Guys, you have nightmares of Derrick Henry. Yeah, Derrick Henry is a nightmare. Bills looked horrendous today. I mean, they didn't look good. And the Eagles look, I mean, like both teams, I agree, don't look good. Gator Boy Skull, yes, sir. So I do. I was so cold at the game. The Bills game? It was very cold. Or the game tonight. Ravens will beat Pittsburgh next week. Lock it in. Steelers needed 9-8 record every year. True. Went to my first Vikings game in Minnesota 2 weeks ago versus the Commanders. Good game to go to, Gator Boy. We beat their ass. The Bills window is closing. Agreed. 250 in the tank on the Bills game. Yeah, I warned you about that game a little bit. Coach Mikey Ditka, appreciate the sub. Welcome, welcome. I got a little nervous about that game. They did make the push, though. I thought they were going to win that game. That's stupid. You know, you should hit up Michael Badgley for getting his PAT blocked. Derrick Henry gave my buddy 57 points. Yes. Steelers Raven loser gets a new head coach. Maybe they should just trade head coaches. Yo, can you tell Max Brosmer that he can Lambo leap anytime he wants because of the playoff clinch? Max Brosmer hopefully has never played quarterback for us ever again. Bucks need to trade Baker Mayfield plus McMillan to Detroit for Jared Goff and Tom Kennedy. I don't know about that. Bill game raining. Yeah. Love how Henry hasn't done a whole lot all year. And then he goes off on the Packers. Does he hate the Packers? I think the Packers just have a bad run day. He had a really good game against the Patriots, too. They just didn't give him the damn football. That was a stupid game, too. Who does everyone think fantasy MVP is? For the entire season, probably Puka. Matt Stafford, maybe? Or Drake May, because you got them off of waivers, probably. But Puka, who's the number one fantasy scorer? CMC's been really good. Let's see, Sleever. Who's the number one scorer in fantasy? It was Josh Allen. Josh Allen, Matt Stafford, Dak Prescott, Christian McCaffrey, Drake May. Bo Nix, Goff. So I would say Matt Stafford for where you drafted him, because you didn't really draft him. You picked him up on waivers. Dak was a late guy. CMC was your most reliable high pick. CMC's game logs are pretty good too, right? Let's see. 28, 32, 15, 17, 27, 35, 34, 9. Only one single-digit performance from CMC. Only game under 15. He had 17 plus in every game. Besides his one single-digit game. Yeah, it's Christian McCaffrey, CMC. He lived up to the hype. He did the job. He was very, very good this year. Let's see. Lions need to trade for Mac Jones plus Jake Tonjes. Bills Allen threw wide left. Yup, just yanked it a little bit. No, I don't want Timlin. Bills need a new team. Well, that feels a little drastic. If we had Micah, we would have won. Doubtful. Micah can't stop the run. We're down to our third string kicker. We don't give a damn about that missed PAT. Well, it kind of hurt. CMC. Nah, not Jonathan Taylor. That's CMC. How about those Giants blowing out the Raiders? Guess we know who's getting the number one pick. The Raiders can win next week, and then the Jets can get the number one pick. Just won my fantasy championship. Congrats. I lost. I hate everything. Raiders getting Mendoza, probably. My brother-in-law flew from Vancouver to Buffalo to watch the Bills lose. Pouring rain, too. Absolutely brutal, because that is a long flight. Those are on the opposite ends of the country. In my championship winning team, I had CMC, McBride, and Puka. That'll do it. McBride was doing shit, too, until that last touchdown. Derrick Henry had a good year. 16 touchdowns and 1,400 yards. Ain't horrible. No, it's not. The fumbles are what were killing him. Currently winning my champ, 99-1 odds. I would say that's a win. I need a miracle from Stafford tomorrow. Raiders with the Genti and Mendoza stack might work out. They need an offensive line and a head coach. Feel bad for brothers. Yeah. I lived down the road and was pissed. Yeah, it's a tough one to go to. Jefferson and Terry really screwed me in fantasy. Yeah, Terry not playing, Jefferson not having a quarterback. Nobody can stop Derrick Henry when he's going. True, except for Harbaugh. Harbaugh can stop Derrick Henry when he's going. I was going to start Jake Tonjes, but I got the notification DJ Moore was active, so I benched that stud. Horrible decision, brutal. Bills need a new coach. I'm not going to disagree with that. OJ, were you impressed with Shedeur Sanders? No, I thought he was actually really bad today. Should have had 3 interceptions. The touchdown was very lucky he threw. The Steelers were just bad. Bills' window is pretty much cracked and it's getting shut. Yeah, they're in trouble. 9 gonna chase JJ out of town? No, 9's been good. What you mean? Because Max Brosmer would chase anybody out of town. Max Brosmer net 3 passing yards. How much do I have to donate to get to say a solid go pack go? $500. You going to the Super Bowl? I am not. It's all the way in San Francisco. That's kind of far. I don't have those media credentials like that. I should have went last year. He didn't use JJ. No, JJ had a JJ was getting thrown to in the Giants game. Then he got hurt. Hopefully the Bills go after Crosby if he really does leave there. Yeah, who knows what's going on with Crosby. This was another Seahawk-Panther game. We got the bad Panthers again. This game was 3-3. Darnold throws a terrible interception in the end zone. Panthers instantly fumble, give it back. Touchdown Seahawks. Then Bryce Young throws a bad pick right after. Touchdown Seahawks. That was all she wrote. They got a touchdown after that. Bryce Young, 54 yards passing. We knew it was going to be a bad Panthers game. Not a good Darnold game again. Charbonnet ran hard. $110. 2 touchdowns. Was nasty weather out there. JSN padded 72 yards. JSN is literally the only receiver Sam Darnold looks to. They're kind of getting Seahawks fans are up high and mighty. They're going to be at home probably. Sam Darnold's going to lose them a game. They are flirting with disaster right now. You need good quarterback play, and they have anything but good quarterback play. Crosby will be a Patriot. What cap do the Bills have? The cap is a myth. I want Crosby to join the Packers, to have him and Micah Rashawn. You're not keeping all those people. That's not how that works. NFL crazy this year. I agree. None. Call me crazy, but I think the Giants go far next year. Define far, Dalton. Can they make the playoffs? Yeah. I'm still not sold on Dart, but they definitely have good pieces, the Giants, with Malik Neighbors back. San Fran at home for the Super Bowl. That would be something. Bryce with fewer passing yards than Rico had rushing. Yeah, that checks out. All right. Giants coach, no idea who the Giants coach is going to be. Playoffs, yeah, I think they can make the playoffs. Who's the coach? And I'll tell you, that's a fair assessment. Who is the Giants head coach? And then we'll know. Then he'll tell us. He'll let us know there. All right. Anything else on that game? No, I think that was just like bad Panthers game. Seahawks were whatever. Refs kind of bad in the Seahawks game. Ghost PI plus missed calls. Well, what about the whole there was like the whole replay segment where they threw the pass to K9 right before the half. He clearly dropped it. It was incomplete, but they called it a catch, and then they let Darnold run up to the line without getting replay assist to knock it out. And then it just okay, quarterback sneak short. That was just so weird. It was really weird in that one. Have you covered the Texans or the Fins game yet? Well, the Texans played on Saturday, so I did not cover the Saturday. I covered the Saturday games yesterday when we were live. I did cover the Dolphins game. Quinn Ewers, solid. Buccaneers, bad. Jeff tweeted out Tyler Linderbaum is $3 million apart now. Big difference from 3 weeks ago. Yeah, 3 to 15. That's good. That means he's getting signed. Scattaboo and his CTE will forget he was hurt. And yes. And become the next Barkley. Yes. I saw an AI picture of Scattaboo in a Christmas sweater, and it said crayons have protein in them. And that got me excited. Do you have any Super Bowl picks? It was Bills-Rams, but I'm off. I don't feel good about either of those teams having to go on the road now for all the games. I'll have my picks going into the playoffs when the bracket is official. I need to know the seeds at this point. Bad. Read all my messages out loud. Only some. No. Typical Taco Bell order, Kevin. I haven't been to Taco Bell in probably 7 years. So I can't tell you a typical. Good, whatever looks good. Taco Bell is good. I don't have a disdain for Taco Bell. I just don't go to Taco Bell. Blow pack blow. That's mean. Bills don't have to worry about the Chiefs and the Ravens. We still won't make it to the Super Bowl. True, that defense is bad. The wide receivers are bad. Niners look great tonight. Hard to bet against them. Besides their defense, the Niners D is just bad, yeah. What about the Seahawks? I don't trust Sam Darnold. Does anybody trust Sam Darnold besides Seahawks fans? Oh, sweet. Yeah, don't worry, Case. Nice win for the Texans. Very nice win. And they're going to be in a good spot. They're going to play the winner of the AFC North. So, nice win. Didn't love how they finished, but I like how they started. Tampa Bay was the last team to go on the road and win the Super Bowl. Yup. Nope. I trust Darnold to see Ghost in the playoffs again. Exactly, Ghost Hunter, exactly. All right, we had the toilet bowl. The Giants and the Raiders. The Giants played the prime greatest show on turf. They just lit up the Raiders. Raiders did a better job tanking. Hilarious. Jackson Dart, 22 of 30, 207. Did run for 48 and 2 touchdowns. Tyrone Tracy, 14 for 62. They gave the touchdown to freaking Singletary, 45, and a touchdown. Wandell, 113. Singletary, 4 for 25. Slayton, who cares? Dumb. Typical dumb nonsense. Again, Raiders throwing to the tight end, though. Michael Mayer, 9 for 89. Trey Tucker, 4 for 49. Tyler Lockett got a touchdown. That's crazy. Ashton Genty, 60 yards rushing. The Raiders are bad. Kenny Pickett came in. 2 picks for Geno. Mission accomplished, boys. You're going to get the first pick. Wasn't as fun of a toilet bowl. Jameis Winston almost fought some people, so that was fun. We almost had a Jameis fight. If the Pats win the Super Bowl, hypothetically, what's your reaction? Shock. I would be shocked. Bills D ain't horrible, but recovery room has not allowed a lot of good players. Only good players. Shakir and Kincaid, who's hurt. Yeah, we're dying. Yeah. Bills and 49ers win it this year. That's my pick. Not a bad pick. Gino did a great job as the tank commander. True. Dalton first aid. Dalton first aid. That's a good one. Jesus loves you. We won. Yes, the Niners did win. Huge win. Super Bowl ever come anywhere in the NFC North? I might have to go. It was in Minnesota in 2017. It'll be, if the Bears build a new indoor stadium, it'll be in Chicago. It's never going to Detroit or Green Bay. Are the Giants picking 2 in this draft? I believe. I don't know. They might be. current? I don't know. I think the Jets are in front of them now. They might be third. No, they do have the second. If the Jets lose next week, I think the Jets can slide up into second. I think these can flip right now. But here's our draft order. Vegas, Giants, Jets, Titans, Cardinals, Browns, Commies, Saints, Chiefs, Bengals, Rams. It's the Falcons, but the Rams own the pick. Dolphins, Buccaneers, Cowboys, Lions, Ravens, Vikings, Colts, but it's the Jets pick. Panthers, Steelers, Packers, but it's Cowboy pick belongs to the Cowboys. Packers pick. Chargers, Eagles, Bills, Texans, Niners, Rams, Jags. Pick belongs to the Browns though. Bears, Patriots, Broncos, Seahawks. So there you go. There's our draft order. Jameis was ready to smack some God and people. True. Giants need a coach. Would the Seahawks be the best team if we had DK? No, because you still have Sam Darnold at quarterback. Rip Mendoza. Mendoza could still return. I think he's just coming out. I think Mendoza's coming out. If Green Bay adds a dome on top of Lambeau, they would. Yeah, but that's never happening. Jameis almost fought someone. Damn, my head was in my phone too much today. Yeah, did. And there were no flags thrown. He's got 2 weeks to declare. He's coming out. I know the Rams have the Falcons. Yeah, Rams. Giants can go to 7 with a win. That would be very Giants of them. Someone tried to eat Jameis's W, so he wanted to fight them. Yeah, nobody eats Jameis's W. Might actually be extended for Mendoza to decide for the... Yeah, I don't know what the playoff extensions would be. Ravens and Steelers will swap. Yeah, they will. Yeah, they will. That's crazy. I can't see him doing that, but you try to eat his dub, he just might. Texans look very tough defensively this year. Let's see. Texans, I feel so bad for Mendoza. He'll be fine. Cowboys need a coach. No, I thought Steinheimer's been fine this year. Yeah, the Texans defense is great. It's the offense that's the problem. Green Bay going to make their dome look like Chernobyl. Can we look at the CFB playoffs? Yeah, when we finish this, we can do a little CFB playoffs. Games start on Wednesday and games are Wednesday and Thursday. It's Ohio State, Miami on Wednesday, New Year's Eve, and then 3 games on New Year's Day. Dante Moore probably returning, so it's a 1 QB class. Yeah, I would say 70-30 Moore returns. I still think Moore could come out. If the Seahawks had a Mahomes type quarterback, yeah, they would be my favorite. If the Seahawks had a real quarterback, I agree. All right, last one, Eagles-Bills. Eagles-Bills, 13-12. Eagles actually had a pretty good first half, up 13-0 going into half. I thought they played well. Hurts was pretty good, 110, 1 touchdown. I feel like all of that was in the first half. Saquon had some decent runs. Kind of grindy game over there. Goddard had a 1-yard touchdown. A.J. Brown had a couple of nice ones. And then the Eagles offense was so horrendous in the second half, it made my eyes bleed. Their play calling is atrocious. Jalen Hurts can't complete a pass on the outside. Like, he can't roll out of the pocket and complete it. He's not even looking to complete a pass. He just rolls out and is looking to throw away. He looks like a 4-year-old out there playing quarterback on those plays. Like, it screams of a guy who's not won a Super Bowl MVP and is a veteran quarterback. He is never looking to complete passes down the field. The Bills were horrible for 3 quarters offensively, but then Josh Allen did Josh Allen things. James Cook really couldn't get the ground game going. Allen pretty much did everything. Brandon Cooks had a couple of nice catches. Tyrell Stravers had a really nice catch. They get stopped 4th down at the 1-inch line. That really hurt the Bills there. They get the extra point block, so that makes them go for 2 to try and win the game. And they missed the 2-point conversion. Josh Allen had an open man, missed the throw. Even the best miss sometimes. The weather was bad. The fumble kind of swung this whole game. It led to the only touchdown for the Eagles. Defensively, the Bills did much better in the second half, but this was a grindy game. I don't feel any good about either of these teams now in the playoffs. Bills got to go on the road, and the Eagles offense getting shut down by a Bills defense that's not very good, especially against the run, is a real problem for Philly. Let's see. Seahawks have a Rivers kind of QB2. Sorry about Tamu. I laughed so hard on that final play. Josh Allen mad makes me happy. That's crazy. Bills reign. Seahawks should get Purdy at QB, then a late. Purdy would be an upgrade. Then again, if Dilfer could win a Super Bowl with an amazing D, I think Darnold could, except Dilfer didn't turn the ball over, and that was a different era of football. Darnold will turn the ball over. Should have been 14-13 Bills. I agree. Peg leg Josh Allen. Yes, he is clearly hurt. His foot is bad. The game was bad. It felt like the Ravens Steelers in the 2000s. Audio is a little hot, bro. Well, turn your shit down, Johnny. If Knoxville, what? Bills team sleeping. Yes. Did Myles Garrett break the sack record? He did not. Myles Garrett did not break the sack record. If Knox caught the TD, he earned $1 million. Oh, rip. 2-point try was the best chance to win. I agree. They should have went. The tie didn't do anything. They had to go for 2. I'm all for it. Eagles got too much drama in the locker room, clearly. Yeah, no, 1 sack away still for Myles. Steelers were too worried about him instead of winning. 100%. 100%, coach. So yeah, ugly game. I don't feel great about either of these teams heading into the playoffs. Taking the Chargers over Denver. LA will be the dogs. They're not really playing for anything, the Chargers, though. That's the problem. Like, they're playing for the 6th seed where they'd still play Denver, or they could play the Patriots. Like, does it really matter? I'm just going to rest. I'm not even playing next week. They can't. They're in the playoffs. They can't do anything. I'm resting people. I'm just resting people. My Packers are cooked with the injuries for the playoffs. True. And they also, I think the expectations were wildly overstated. I really do think the Texans are going to the big dance because of how good that defense is, and no offense is good enough to overcome. I mean, they are good enough to overcome. They won't be if the Texans offense plays good. I mean, the Chargers did almost win that game yesterday, and the Chargers have no offensive line. But, like, Jacksonville, we know Jacksonville can beat Houston. Houston can beat Jacksonville, but we know that offense is good enough. Buffalo, they kind of have Buffalo's number. I wouldn't be afraid of any of these other quarterbacks. So, yeah, the offense just has to be competent. They've had their moments. So it'll really be what the offense is. Yeah, well, let's head to the CFB playoffs real quick. Here's our ideal for the playoff selection. Then the Pats get the 1 seed. Yes. Niners came up clutch. Yes, sir, Pablo. 100. Seahawks don't have a 2000s Ravens defense, and they will not be a team like the 2000s Ravens D. They knocked so many QBs out for the game for the season. NFL team sleep. I'll say this for the NFC North. Bears, this is your shot. Don't miss like the Lions. They're not winning the Super Bowl, but at least the Bears are younger. Bears have a young quarterback, at least, not old man Goff. Being within 7 does not almost win. I mean, that's a 1-score game. That is a 1-score game. That game was within 4. That game was within 3, and they missed the extra point. They missed a field goal and an extra point. Come on, be real. That's the first time ever Dickers missed a kick inside of 40 yards, and he missed a field goal and an extra point. It's a 4-point game. They should have been tied. Choose the Packers to win that. They're not winning that game. Oregon is my dark horse. All right, let's touch on a little college football, and then we can go to bed. Everybody go to bed. We can go to sleep. Why did I thought I clicked on this college football playoff. Here we go. Okay, so we got the Cotton Bowl on Wednesday. Ohio State, Miami. Ohio State's going to dog walk Miami. That game will not be competitive. Ohio State is very good. Why they didn't take it to OT, I don't know. Because the tie didn't do anything. They needed to win. Give me Ole Miss to win it all. No. So then we got New Year's Day. The first game on New Year's Day will be the Orange Bowl. Tech and Oregon. Very good game. A lot of people like Oregon. I kind of like Tech in this game. Tech really hasn't been tested offensively. Oregon's going to be able to run the football, and they got the better quarterback. Tech's defense is really good. I don't know if Tech's offense is going to be good enough. It's a much easier travel for them, too, for the Orange Bowl. I'd lean Tech. I'm not surprised if Oregon wins this game. Bama, Indiana, it's going to be... I'd be very surprised if Indiana loses this game to Bama. Bama can't run the football. They have to throw. Indiana's just going to lean on them. Signetti's a psychopath. Georgia's going to destroy Ole Miss. They played a good game, and Georgia beat them the first time. Ole Miss doesn't have Lane Kiffin. Georgia's going to beat them. Georgia's playing a hell of a lot better than they were there. So I like Ohio State, Georgia, and I like Indiana. Lean Tech. I lean the home teams. The teams off the bye. I like all 4 bye teams this week a little bit. And they didn't almost, well, you just said 7 and it was 4. You can't play games like that against bad offensive teams. That's the problem. They were up 14-0 and scored 4 points the rest of the game. Or 6 points the rest of the game. It's not good enough. 14-0 in the first 5 minutes of the game. Tech's defense is elite. We'll see. They haven't been super offensively tested. They still could have had a shot, though. Badgley does suck. Yeah, I think they just wanted their shot there. Oregon, I think their defense can win it. Oregon's defense is okay. Their offense is what's going to win it. They're going to run the ball, and they have a better quarterback. Don't want Tech to win. They already had Mahomes come from there. I mean, they were horrible with Techs. Sorry, moving. Leaning Tech as well, but I would be surprised if Oregon is able to establish a run. I wouldn't be surprised if Oregon's a stable. Yeah. Sleep time for Stacey. Honestly, I bet $400 on Bama to win it all. No shot. That is not. They are not a Bama team. Football lovers care for college too. Some don't. Have you seen the coaching changes Kentucky has made? I hope they turn things around. I've not seen all of them. I know who their head coach is, but I mean, Kentucky will never. I mean, like that's. I feel like Kentucky is the new dumpster fire of the SEC. Are the Rams in? Yes, everybody's in. There are no playoff movements. Everybody's in besides the 2 division winners. Either the Panthers or the Buccaneers or the Steelers and the Ravens. All the wild cards are locked up. Everybody else is in. There's only 2 playoff spots, and the 2 teams are playing each other head-to-head. But seating is open. I think Ole Miss upsets. I see Kirby being dumb enough to overlook them. I don't. Kirby's the best coach in college football. Waste of $400. Giants hire Joe Brady? Potentially. You think Kiffin will bring LSU back? Probably. It's not that hard. I just don't think Ole Miss has the toughness to kill Georgia. Yeah. And defensively, their defense is terrible. Ole Miss's defense is bad. Another Bills OC for the Giants. Yeah. Typical. Ravens will clinch. So that's it. And then let's go back to our week. Take Brady. He's all yours. Yeah. Some weird play calls he had 2 terrible play calls and then an awesome hook and ladder on 4th down to convert. How many times we got to teach you this lesson, old man? All right. Wrapping up the schedule. Saturday. Always get slaughtered. Yeah, college ball is terrible to bet. Me too. I was terrible at college bets this year. Carolina and Tampa Bay. The winner will probably be in the playoffs. If the Falcons lose tomorrow night against the Rams, the winner of this game will be in the playoffs. If the Falcons win, things could get a little dicey over here. But Carolina at Tampa Saturday afternoon. Seattle at Frisco. The winner of that will be your 1 seed in the NFC and clinch a bye. Then we got a bunch of bullshit at noon. Saints Falcons, nobody cares. Browns Bengals, Myles Garrett going for the sack record. Vikings Packers, Vikings looking to finish in 3rd place and troll the Lions. Cowboys at the Giants. Giants can screw up a draft pick. Titans Jags. Jags win, they will win the AFC South. Houston Indy. Houston has to win to have a chance to win the AFC South. Buffalo, New York doesn't really do anything. Bills can be the 7 seed. They can't really be the 5 seed where the Texans win. So they're probably the 6 or the 7 seed, probably the 6 seed. Detroit, Chicago. Chicago can beat Detroit just for fun. Denver, LA. Denver wins. They are the 1 seed in the AFC. Chargers win. They are the 6 seed. If they lose, they will be the 7 seed. Vegas, Kansas City. Draft pick. Vegas loses. They are the number 1 overall pick. Arizona, Los Angeles, can't move. LA probably rest guys. They're probably locked into the 5 seed now. Miami at New England. New England wins. They will be the 2 seed. If Denver does lose, they will be the 1 seed with a win. Philly, Washington. Philly's locked in as the 3 seed pretty much. They would need a Bears loss and a win. So Bears probably the 2 seed for there. And then Pitt, Baltimore, Sunday night. Winner. Win and in. Win and in. Let's see. Did that crap against the Texans. That hook and ladder is deadly. Yes. The funny thing is, we literally talked about it last night. Like, why don't more teams run the hook and ladder? I'm like, I don't know. It kind of works. Even though they telegraph the shit out of it, it just works. You guys know he missed his wife's labor to go play Pittsburgh? Who? Adam Gase? Difference between a tree and a knee? Whoa. Haha. Please don't let that tide move on. Yeah. Let's see. Do you think the Raiders should trade the first pick? No, I'm taking Mendoza. They need a quarterback. Crybaby. Jonah Hill wannabe. Jonah Hill looks like a middle-aged, like, white woman. Like, what? Hold on. Jonah Hill looks like a suburban mom. Have you not seen Jonah Hill? Look at him. It's Jonah Hill now. What? That's crazy. Look at him. He's looking like Caleb Williams a little bit. Raiders should take Mendoza. I agree. Will Niners win or lose week 18 at home? Dakota, I hope they win. I think they probably lose. I just don't think their defense generates enough pressure to rattle Sam Darnold. Darnold struggles with pressure, and the Niners are the worst pass rushing team in football. Do you think San Francisco will get the 1 seed, or will Seattle handle business next weekend? I'm leaning Seahawks. I think it'll be a good game. I think Frisco can score. They did beat them the first time. It's just there is no pass rush. Raiders definitely need that first. So far, Lions only won once this year in the division. Yup, it was at the Bears. Or the home against the Bears week 2. Not at the Bears. Were you impressed with the Steelers today? Yes, I was impressed how bad they were. Raiders could trade down and still get Mendoza, just trade in front of the Jets. Well, the Jets would be at 2. That's not how that works. Nobody is if somebody's trading up, they're trading up to get Mendoza. Nobody's trading up to take Caleb Downs or something. Or Reuben Vane. You're a cuck if you're calling my dude Jonah Hill. Nice. Call him out, Paper. It is hella dangerous. Put the food down, buddy. Nobody cares. Lizard lips. Whoa, that's crazy. That's crazy. No, I meant Joe Brady, I'm assuming. I'm taking the Niners if the spread is right. Yeah, I can see it. I think it's going to be a good game. I think it'll be a close game. I just think it'll be like Niners have to score. It'll be like kind of like tonight where the Niners either give up that touchdown late because they don't have any defense, or the Niners defense or the Seahawks defense gets that last stop. I think it's that. King Henry, the best individual performance of the year. I wish the Pro Bowl voting was at the end of the year. I don't know about that. Chat skipped. I didn't know Jonah Hill became trans. That's crazy. I think you just like saying shit. That's crazy. That's crazy. I know you're not talking with your little pube beards over there, bro. Like, what? I can see your profile picture. That's crazy. Let's go Saints. Would be a Saints fan. Checks out. My Giants are a bunch of R words. You could say it, Worm. They're retarded. If no Trent Williams next week in Seattle, will put a ton of pressure on Purdy and the offense. Yeah, they're just so hurt. Like, they're just hanging on for dear life. Caleb Downs, best physical player in college football. I don't know about that, but he's a very good player. Definitely thinks the earth is flat. It's actually a triangle, guys. I don't wonder why he's a jackass. He's a Saints fan. We don't know who will fly up the draft boards as well, guys. True. There's always another quarterback that'll fly up. That checks out. There, this flat. I'd want to off myself a takeoff if I was a Saints fan. Let's go Panthers. Keep pounding. Will the Pittsburgh Steelers make it to the Super Bowl this year? OJ, they're not even going to make the playoffs, I don't think. They're going to lose to the Ravens. I think they lose to the Ravens next week and miss the playoffs. Is the Hawks-Niner game basically going for the top team in the NFL? Yes, it's winner of that game will be the 1 seed in the NFC. Think we will beat the Bucs at home? I think the Panthers can because it's bad week, good week. It's bad week, good week. It's going to be a good week. Cats love to talk yaya these days. Yeah, it's crazy. Saints are better than any team right now. No. Not at all. Think the Panthers will beat the Bucs. Yeah. Hey, bro, just want to remind you that you're loved. Appreciate that, Mr. Stone. Eagles fans suck. Should restore Sanders just in time. Just in time to poop his pants. Do you think the Panthers walk into Tampa and crush? Crush is a strong word. The Panthers are never crushing anybody. I think the Panthers will win. I think the Panthers can win, though. Loser of the 49ers Seahawks will be the winner of the NFC. Will beat the end winner. The problem is, if the Rams win out, they aren't even they fall to the 6th seed. That loser of the game isn't even the 5th seed. Because if the Rams win out, they'd lock up the 5 seed. Now, if the Rams don't play against the Cardinals, then yes. But the Rams can lock up the 5 seed. So the losers, you're either the 1 seed or the 6 seed. You're not even the 5 seed. You're cooked. Eagles fans really do suck. Shador, there's the door. King Henry will get 500 carries for 10,000 yards. I agree. Legendarily bad. There were a lot of fights at the game today. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Eagles fans suck. How about them Buccaneers? OJ, you don't have to crush them, but yes. All-time collects. Shedor Sanders. What's your thoughts on who's going to the Super Bowl? Sir, I'm not sure right now. Shadow's the best rookie quarterback, 4 wins in a row. Well, there's only 2 rookie quarterbacks right now. Cam Ward, Shuck, and Dart, who's half alive. The bar is incredibly low. Congratulations. The 26-year-old man is doing good. Tan, appreciate the subs. Tan. I butchered that, I'm sure. Appreciate the sub, though. Shuck might be the best rookie QB, though. I mean, that's not insane. It's not a great rookie class. How many more years do you think King Henry plays? At least 3. Not saying much. Not a good QB class. Josh, go Seahawks. Sea Chickens? After that Ravens game, do you think Henry is a top 5 running back? No. He's fine. He's top 10. Is he top 5? Let me think about it. Probably not, but I mean, all time? No. Currently, no. But was he? Yes. Is he a Hall of Famer? Yup. But no shame. Henry's a great player. He's going to be a Hall of Famer. First ballot. Steelers with no offensive weapons would totally find a way to beat the brakes off the Ravens because Steelers. Yeah, the Steelers are an insane team as well. The Steelers, the Panthers, the Bears to a little lesser extent now, but the Bears were that team. This wasn't the year for QB, true. Eagles fan, I thought we called them rioters. Rioters and looters. Won't be next year either. Nope. I think Mendoza would have been a better prospect than every quarterback this year. I think that's fair to say. Jags will beat the Bills if they match up in the wild card weekend. I think that's a very interesting matchup. I don't hate the Jags there. I think that's an interesting matchup. The Browns are helping out the original Browns. I forgot Shador. You're right, I did forget Shador. How could I ever forget somebody that legendary? And Dylan Gabriel, who technically started. Would you want Todd Bowles to coach the Vikings? Absolutely not, OJ. Send him into the sub. Do you support femboy furries? Well, I don't support furries. They aren't people. They're animals. They're in cahoots. NFL team nut. What do you think about Cam Ward? Hard to really judge. There's moments. He has moments. Their O-line is better. Their O-line is just abysmally bad. Shuck is better than your QB, JJ McCarthy. He's also 4 years older than him. And he's also played more games. Vikings have a good head coach. I agree. Shuck going to be retired in 6 years old. True. He is literally 26. I know I meme, guys. Tyler Shuck is actually 26 years old. He is actually 26 years old. Darth Vader got his arms and leg cut off and left in leather. Otherwise, I think he wins over. I agree. You really think he's top 5? Name 5 better right now. Bijan, CMC, James Cook. Only 3 it can name. Saquon. Probably. Saquon's more in his peak. Gibbs. Nine is better than Shuck. Yeah, 9's undefeated. Derrick Henry will play the rest of his contract. He has 3 years left. Yeah, that's right. Taj making it rain. Oh, yeah. Oh, boy. Thanks, Taj. Do you feel bad for the Lions? No, OJ. Fuck the Lions. When is Niners Seahawks with the flex? They're playing Saturday night, Dakota. That is a Saturday night game. That is the primetime game on Saturday night. It is Buccaneers, Panthers. Buccaneers, Panthers is the first game Saturday. Seahawks, Niners Saturday night. And then Ravens, Steelers, the Sunday night game. Everyone has a 50% win rate, therefore he's the top rookie QB. Is the type of argument we'll see for Shuck. Quinn Ewers is fine this game. Jags front four will get pressure on Allen. Bills line isn't very good in pass pro. I think they're better in pass pro than they... Osiris Torrance is the weak link on that Bills offensive line. I just scoffed 3 cannolis. That sounds amazing. Cannolis are the shit. You see Cam Ward's pretty Mahomes throw? I did see his pretty Mahomes throw. Max Brosmer is not better than 9. Max Brosmer literally had 3 net passing yards. Max Brosmer is horrible. See, everyone likes clouding on JJ McCarthy. They haven't watched like his last 3 games. He's been very good. So age ain't nothing but a number. It is when you're a rookie. I'm not searching that up. JT, Saquon over Henry is crazy work. I don't think that's that crazy. Saquon just ran for like 2,200 yards last year. Shane Cam Ward plays for that Titans organization, is doomed until ownership sells the team. NFL crazy. Shout out 2025. It's over. 2026. Henry is third in rushing yards. Yeah, Henry's great. Barkley is not better than Derrick Henry. Even O-line is terrible, and the Eagles is much. The Eagles, see, Lamar, I know you're not watching. The Eagles O-line is terrible this year. The Eagles O-line is not good. The Eagles O-line is bad this year. Have a good night, Ghost Hunter. Hit the like button or else your team will best wide receiver will get suspended and possibly cost you a playoff spot. Next, CDK Metcalf. Big Duke only eats corn the long way. Nice. Only if you got to grill it, though. Depends on how Derrick Henry, because I thought he was slowing down in Tennessee, but now look, and he's not. Yeah. I feel sorry for Justin Jefferson more than anyone. Yeah, I would want to play with Max Brosmer. Max Brosmer is an EQ for a reason. It's the only way to eat corn, true. JT, CMC, Gibbs, Cook, Bijan. Bijan is probably the most underrated running back in the NFL. JJ's good, but the 9 memes always. I feel sorry for your Saints, man. All right, peace out, Machiavelli. I'm praying the FBI got proof of Jerry and Stephen Jones being on the Epstein list. Need new ownership in Dairy World. 30-year drought is crazy work. Yes, the longest drought in the NFL. Even Genti is not better than Henry. Chill. Genti is a child still. And stats don't mean a whole lot for me currently. It's just vibes. I know you're not a Colts fan, but do you think the Ballard, the GM, will get fired? Probably not. He should. He needs to move on, but probably not. I really gotta watch his girlfriend with 6 dudes. Oh my God. In my fantasy, the O-line is much better than the Ravens. Our guards can't find anyone except his own team. That's fair. Who's the greatest Viking ever? Alan Page? Randy Moss? Kyler Murray traded to the Bengals, Burrow to Arizona. God, I don't wish that on Joe Burrow. If you take care of your body, you can play longer than any running back did at a high level. True. Derrick Henry spends a lot on his body. Give me A-Chain over Henry as well. I mean, A-Chain's definitely more fun than Henry. A-Chain's home runs are crazy. We'll never know with A-Chain. He plays in fucking Miami. A-Chain could be the best running back ever. Who knows? He plays in Miami. Who's the most overrated and underrated player in the league, in your opinion? Oh, God. Lions need a coach. I like Dan Campbell. Moss. Let me think overrated, underrated players. Okay, overrated player, I'm going to say Jordan Love or Jalen Hurts. Underrated player, it's probably like a line. Okay, I'm trying to think of like an underrated. I want to do an underrated player that people like know. Like, obviously, there's like a defense. There's like a rotational defensive lineman or an offensive lineman that's just like super really good, super underrated. Like, everybody's special guy on their team that is just very impactful that everyone kind of likes. I'm trying to think of a really good player, like a good team who's underrated that nobody really talks about. That's a hard one. It's kind of a big glue. I need a big glue guy. Who's a big glue, very underrated glue guy? I don't know. I got to come back. I got to think about that one. That's a tough question. That's a good question. Great question. Why is everyone hating on Henry? They're not. It's just, I don't know. They're just comparing. Is Brett Favre the second best quarterback of all time? No. Who should the Lions get as a new OC? Someone internally or someone outside? Lions need 9. If Burrow did get traded, where do you think it will go? It would be Minnesota. Henry wears down defense way more than anyone. True. Overrated Jalen Hurts. See. Tet overrated or underrated? Wan'Dale Robinson. Wan'Dale Robinson's nice. Underrated Kamani Vidal. Fantasy guy. He don't play. Overrated would be Jalen Hurts. Underrated would be Devonta Smith. Devonta Smith's a very good underrated answer, but I think everyone kind of likes him. Underrated Hunter Henry. That's a good one. Very good one. Hunter Henry is very good. I was thinking more like defensive guys because defensive guys gets kind of slept on. Jason Myers, underrated kicker. Do you think Sanders will be the Brown? No. Happy New Year. It's almost 2026. Want, pull one out for me. Dominating all season long just for Gibbs, Javonte, and the Denver D to put up a measly 21 points. Also ran into a buzzsaw that was Purdy. Sucks to losing the championship. Same Jazz fan. I lost as well. The Eagles shit their pants. What wish for football in 26? The Vikings win the Super Bowl. Sauce Gardner, he's not been good. Underrated Tyler Shuck, I think everyone, not there. Should the Browns move on this year? I don't know what the Browns should do. Underrated Christian Gonzalez, I think people know Christian Gonzalez is good, but he also hasn't been as good this year. Speed, booyah! Shout out to Stuart Scott. Lassiter, quarterback one, QB1 across from the best cornerback in the league. Kamari Lassiter. Underrated. ETN's underrated. He was kind of bad this year. Fantasy still going on. Speed C. Hurts so bad that he made Eberflus defense seem defense. True. At least I made the right call starting T-Law today when I realized he was on my, T-Law, good call. Yeah. Underrated Drake May, that he is not underrated. He is second for MVP. He's not underrated. Trying to think of somebody like, how about somebody on the the Seahawks defense? Seahawks have a kind of a really good defense. I forgot they stole Cam Akers from us, bastards. Gray Zabel, really good, really underrated rookie. DeMarcus Lawrence, still very impactful at his old ass age. Ernest Jones is very good. He had 100 tackles in 3 straight years, something like that. It's hard to find a super underrated. Nick Imawari, not underrated. He is appropriately rated. Everyone knows Nick Imawari is a stud. What is that? That is a wild statement. Yeah, I agree. Fraley's on the right side and Voorhees is hurt, so that's why Emory Jones is starting. Maffa. Will Myers-Garrett get the record? Yes, OJ, I believe. Overrated Mahomes, underrated Nick Benito. Nick Benito is a good answer. People don't know Nick Benito doesn't get talked about like those pass rushers, and he's a very good pass rusher. Aaron Rodgers was trash today. Thank you, Vegas. I think the Steelers just don't have I think DK Metcalf getting suspended was the answer, Jimmy. Drake May, the real deal, or just having a great year? Real deal, great. He was my second favorite quarterback in that draft, and I kind of liked him more than Caleb Williams, but I got drafting Caleb Williams first. There's too much upside on Caleb Williams. But Drake May was by far, I like Drake May way more than Jaden Daniels in that draft. I have on record for that. I wanted to give up all the picks for him. Maffa is underrated on the Seahawks. Dak is easily the most hated player in the league by far, and he'd start on 20. That's not fair. That's not untrue, I should say. That's fair. Byron Murphy, yes, in the middle. Underrated for the Seahawks D. He's very good. He's very good. Keenan Allen is underrated. Only 3 touches in the Houston game. Washed. Michael Wilson, kind of underrated. Nick Benito gets glazed, though. Anyone who gets glazed is not underrated. It usually has to be a coverage guy or an interior. Yeah, like an interior, a rotational defensive lineman. Jalen Redmond for the Vikings, actually, has been, insanely good. Andrew Van Ginkel doesn't get enough love. There's some very underrated Vikings guys. Jalen Redmond is a guy who's been a monster in the interior for us. Dak only starts on 1 to 2 playoff teams this year. Well, he starts on the Seahawks. For sure, he starts on the Seahawks. He starts on the Broncos. Let's see. He starts on the Broncos. He doesn't start on the Patriots. 50-50, he starts on the Jaguars. He doesn't start on the Ravens. He probably starts on the Texans. Doesn't start on the Bills. Doesn't start on the Chargers. Doesn't start on the 49ers. Maybe he starts on the 49ers. Probably starts on the Bears. Starts on the Eagles. Starts on the Panthers. Doesn't start on the Rams. Starts on the Seahawks. Starts on the Packers. Underrated Alec Pierce, except he threw up a goose egg today. On that note, Tommy Togiai, yes. Robert Spillane. Robert Spillane's been trash this year. Patriots fans hate Robert Spillane this year. He's slow. He can't cover anybody. Milton Williams are underrated in their absence reflects. Milton Williams is not underrated. He got paid a shit ton of money. Phillip Rivers, underrated. Tucker Kraft, underrated. Yeah, that's a good tight end one. Coleman Unguy, no. He doesn't get the ball enough. He's a rookie also. Trevor Lawrence has been playing MVP-ish this year, only for a month. It's only been a month for Trevor. Trevor was horrible for 8 weeks. Really bad, Trevor. Trevor was really, really bad. So Trevor's been playing good since that Rams game. So been playing good for a while, but he had a couple of clunkers in there. The last month he's been lights out. Lights out. He was kind of bad in that Cardinals game. But he's been lights out lately. He was this was, the Rams game was just a death note. Too early on Monungai, yeah. Damn, I'm butchering his names. Yeah, no worry. He ain't better than Love. He's better than Love. Dak Prescott is better than Jordan Love. See, the Rams wanted Byron Murphy in the draft. Yeah, that checks out. Dakota would get crushed behind the Texans line. His decisions making isn't good enough to not eat sacks. It definitely is. Dak Prescott has won multiple playoff games and has won multiple divisions. Dak Prescott knows to get the ball out fast, unlike CJ Stroud these days. Hello. That's why I like Davis Mills. Davis Mills knows what he's doing with that bad offensive line. Alec Pierce is also more of a deep threat, though. Rivers doesn't have that long belt. True. No way, dude. Spillane stepped up since week 3. He's been one of the best defensive players we have. He was not on the field. He could not be on the field in the Bills game. Overrated Roquan Smith. Ooh, hot take. Which is why they had Riley in for the last play, yes. If Kraft was healthy, he'd be leading the NFC Offensive Player of the Year combo. No shot. He's not better than the receiver. It's still JSN. It'd be JSN. Caleb played crazy good tonight. Yeah, Caleb was good tonight. I know the Colts lost their game in Pittsburgh Steelers. How crazy is that? It's a tough day for you. Rowe isn't overrated. Caleb is inconsistent. He is inconsistent, but he is still young. It's only year 2. What do you think about Bucky was a year 1 wonder or just not playing good due to the injuries? Barely 4 yards to carry. Well, I think their blocking scheme is terrible. They had one of the worst run schemes before Liam Cohen took over, and now they're back to it. Behind top-tier offensive line, the Cowboys' offensive line isn't very good. Cowboys' offensive line is pretty bad these days. They're not very good anymore. That's an old thing. Oh, when he won? Yeah. But his defenses were terrible, too. Well, he did have the one good defense, the 2 Eberflus years. Lawrence is 6'6", 220. He is a big dude. Yes, he has all the physical attributes. He was hurt during the Bills game. No, that's not what the Patriots... Yeah, go listen to Bill Simmons' paper. They pulled him out because he can't cover anybody. He's horrible in coverage. He's a good locker room guy. He's bad in coverage. Besides the Browns game with Dylan Gabriel, he hasn't looked great in the run and especially in the pass defense. He was an emergency player. Roll Tide, go Pack. I'm out. Night Flame. Tampa Bay versus Pittsburgh Super Bowl this year. Yeah, Jay, in the toilet bowl. In the teams who will not make the playoffs but should have made the playoffs bowl. I have the Browns' favorite line. I love punts. Punts, punts, punts. I love punts. It has been for the majority of his career. They haven't been good for like 3 or 4 years, Cowboys' offensive line. That's old news stuff. Their O-line has not been that good. Trust me, I live around a million Cowboy fans. Can't wait till BTJ is a Patriots next season. Everyone's a Patriots. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us today. Really good stream. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Hit the like button if you haven't already subscribed to the channel. We will have our final regular season power rankings video out on Tuesday. And then Wednesday is New Year's Eve, so maybe we'll stream Tuesday night. Stream Tuesday night for my picks for Week 18. We'll do our Tuesday night picks, Week 18. Video out Wednesday. Maybe I'll go live for one of the college football games on Thursday. Just got to play it by ear. Who knows how hungover I'll be. Hope everyone had a safe and fantastic week, holidays, year 2025. I appreciate every single one of you guys for being part of this community. We had a fantastic year over here. The channel grew immeasurably. Let's go. The last 365 days. Let's look. Content or analytics. Let me look at my analytics real quick. Let's go. So in the last 365 days, boys and girls, we've had over 3,300 subscribers. We've had 3.7 million views and 17,000 watch hours in 1 year. So that's what 2025 brought for us. Appreciate every one of you guys. See you guys in 2026. I'll see you before 2026. We'll be live Tuesday night for my pick stream. Everyone stopping by. The chat's flying by. Hit the like button. Sub to the channel. We got daily sports content. I'll shout you out. If I don't shout you out and you subbed here and you want to shout out, remind me next stream, Tuesday night, 10 o'clock Eastern will be, or actually 11 o'clock Eastern, 11 o'clock Eastern Tuesday night. We'll be live for our Week 18 picks. Then we'll do some college football stuff, and we're not going anywhere. We're going to be rolling into 2026. We're going to have live streams during the playoff games. My stupid team isn't playing, so I can actually enjoy it. Appreciate all of you guys. Have a safe, blessed rest of your week, and let's get it done. Let's make 2026 our bitch this year. So, like, subscribe, and share, and I'll see y'all tomorrow.